Let's do a little story exercise. What we're going to do first is just very simply take a breath in, hold it, and then exhale. Take a breath in, hold it, and then exhale. I want you to notice, we're going to do it one more time. I want you to notice how it feels when you exhale, the difference, that first moment when you release the breath. Taking it in, holding it, and now feel it when you exhale. In a lot of ways, most stories are just this experience. We breathe in, oh, everything's not okay. Oh, we breathe out, everything's okay. We breathe in, oh, the conflict. Will they fall in love? Will the killer kill our hero? Everything's okay. That's stories. We breathe in, we breathe out. And the thing about a story is we want our readers, we want them to hold their breath in a way. We want them to feel the tension of, will things turn out? Will they find love? Will Frodo throw the ring into Mount Doom? We want them to feel that discomfort that we feel the longer we hold our breath. Why? So that when we finally do exhale, when the resolution comes, we can really experience it, because breathing is normal. If all our stories were just breathing, if there was never holding breath, we would never appreciate the experience of breathing. In other words, if it was a love story where the characters were just in love the whole time, never worried about falling out of love, never worried if they were lovable, never worried about being alone or just being, no, if they were just love and happy, there'd be no story. We need the reader to hold their breath. We want them to, so that when they breathe, when they finally exhale, which is normal, they appreciate it. It feels good. Now, this kind of storytelling relates to another subject I have spoken about frequently already in this podcast, which is our relationship to what other people think of our stuff, and how much we worry about it sometimes, and how we believe we care about it, even though we really don't. But that experience of storytelling, of breathing in and holding our breath, is everything going to be okay, and then exhaling, is very much what we go through when we write. So when you're writing a story and you're just deep in the writing process, you're focused on the story, and really the only question hopefully you're focused on is, this the story I want to tell? Is this the way I want to tell it? And that's a natural in and out experience of checking in with yourself, and then the thing comes out and you write it and you read it. Oh, maybe it is something you like, maybe it isn't something you like. But you write and you find the story until you're finally satisfied with it. And finally, you like it. Yeah, this story, this does it for me. This poem, this essay, this screenplay, whatever, this pleases me. This is what I wanted. You know it. You know what you like. You do. But what you don't know is who else will like it. And sometimes we go through this experience with something we write where we finish it and we like it, and then we have the thought, but what if nobody else likes it? What if it's not really as funny as I think it is, or as exciting as I think it is? And when we ask that question, we're kind of holding our breath. You know what? You've probably had that experience. Maybe you finish something and you finally show it to somebody, your best writing partner, or your agent, or feedback from an editor. And suddenly it occurs to you, you've loved the story. Oh, I love it. It's so cool. It's so funny. It's so great. And then suddenly it occurs to you, but wait a minute, I don't know if they're going to like it or not. And maybe you hold your breath. What if they don't? What if they think it's dumb? What if they think it's dull? And then they turn to you and they say, oh, this is really good. This was really funny. God, this really made me think. Oh, I couldn't put it down. Oh, and then you exhale. Right. That moment can really live with us, because it feels so good to release that tension. It feels so good to breathe again that we can forget what preceded it. In other words, the experience of wondering if people will like it, and then someone saying, or I should say, wondering if someone will like it, and really believing you need certain people to like it, and that questioning of yourself and wondering if your own idea of what is interesting and funny and exciting is really interesting and fighting and exciting. That experience is so intense, like holding your breath for hours while you wait to hear back from the reader, that when you finally do exhale, it feels so good. You are more aware of the feeling of exhaling than the natural breathing that comes from just writing something you enjoy and finding it and discovering it and feeling satisfied with it when you finally finish it. And so we become kind of addicted to people liking our stuff because that feeling of exhaling is so present in our mind. It's so much easier to recognize. It doesn't feel as normal as just writing something that you like. And the challenge as a writer who wants to share things with other people is to understand that people liking something you've written, if you have written it, particularly if you've really written it to your own satisfaction, if you really answered the question, is this the story I want to tell? And let that, when that answer is finally yes, other people liking it is as normal as breathing. It is. It's going to happen. So don't become addicted to the drama of wondering whether your stuff is any good and wondering if people like it. Look, when you tell stories, you need the drama. You need it. We need the drama for the story to be compelling so that people will appreciate the experience of breathing. We do it on purpose. But don't become addicted to it while you're writing. It's all invented. Yeah, it feels great, but it only feels great. And remember this. Having someone say, oh, this is good, and you feel that sense of relief only feels good because you or I, the author, chose to hold our breath. If you don't hold your breath, then when someone says, oh, I like it, the next breath you take is just the same as the one before. It can be that natural. It's up to you. Yeah, because you're the author of your life. Yes, you are, every moment. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. As always, if you like this stuff, you don't want to miss anything, go hit subscribe. It's what you got to do in the world of YouTube. And if you liked it, say so. Leave a comment, right? That's what we do here in the internets. So until next week, this is Bill Kenower. Stay fearless.